Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'm going to share with you how to make jerk seasoning at home. Someone commented and asked me if they cannot find jerk seasoning in the store, which I shared when I was making my rasta pasta. What can they substitute instead of the jerk seasoning? So today I decided to share with you how to make your jerk seasoning at home if you cannot find it in the store. Guys, let's go. So I have here all the ingredients that you would need to make your jerk seasoning at home. You should be able to find all of these in the grocery store. If you can't, some of them you can do without. But I decided to show you everything I use if I'm going to make it from scratch at home. So the first thing you will need, salt. So any salt will do. I'm using kosher salt because this is what I have in my pantry. So I'm going to go ahead and use kosher salt, but you need salt. Celery powder. I have some whole cloves there, crushed to make it into a powder. If you have clove powder, that would be perfect. I have nutmeg, ginger, thyme, and all of these are powdered. You can find all of these in the grocery store. So it's powdered thyme, ginger, nutmeg. I have minced garlic, or you can use garlic powder. I have onion powder. Also, I have chili powder. Most importantly, guys, you need Scotch bonnet flakes. This one says Scotch bonnet powder on it, but if you can find Scotch bonnet flakes, that would also work really well. If by chance you cannot find Scotch bonnet powder or Scotch bonnet flakes, you can use red pepper flakes. It will do the same thing. It's just that the Scotch bonnet is just really powerful. It's really hot and spicy. So I think it may be a little more spicy than just your regular red pepper flakes. But if you cannot find Scotch bonnet powder, go ahead and use the red pepper flakes. I also have allspice, cinnamon. I also have here cardamom, coriander. So when you go to the store, it doesn't have to be these brands. I normally just grab the McCormick, but there are less expensive brands. As long as it's a good one, these are all the ingredients you are going to need to make your jerk seasoning at home. Cardamom smells so good. Salt, celery powder, Scotch bonnet powder, or Scotch bonnet flakes. If you cannot find the Scotch bonnet powder or the Scotch bonnet flakes in the grocery store where you are, you can go ahead and use red pepper flakes. Onion powder, minced garlic or garlic powder, cinnamon, thyme, powdered thyme, or if you have dried thyme, that will also work. Ground ginger or the powdered ginger, nutmeg, chili powder, clove powder or the whole cloves. I'm using the whole cloves because I'm going to grind it up. Coriander, celery, I have a jar that I'm going to use after I mix all my ingredients to store my jerk seasoning so it stays nice and fresh. All right, so these here are all the ingredients you will need to make your jerk seasoning at home. Very easy, very simple. So if you cannot find your jerk seasoning in the grocery store where you live, you can just go ahead, gather these ingredients and make your jerk seasoning at home. Guys, this is what I am here for. You have any questions, any comments on how to make something that you cannot find, just let me know, because it was one of my subscribers who asked if I can show them how to make it from scratch at home if they cannot find the jerk seasoning in the store where they live. So that's why I'm here. If you have any questions, you cannot find an ingredient that I used in one of my recipes, let me know and I can give you a substitution, or I can give you other ideas of what you can use instead. Whole cloves, but I'm going to ground that up along with my whole allspice, because I'm going to use a little bit of my allspice powder, but I'm also going to grind up a little of my whole allspice with my whole cloves and put it in there also. You do not have to do that, but I just want to show you how I make it from scratch. So if you're looking for the real authentic jerk, you need Scotch bonnet powder. I'm going to go ahead and add some of my whole allspice. And some of my whole cloves. If you cannot find, you should be able to find whole cloves and whole allspice in the grocery store. If you cannot find it and you find a powder, just go ahead and use it. Whole cloves. I'm just using the whole allspice and whole cloves just for a little extra freshness. So I'm going to put it in here. And I have my blender here. I've had this blender for such a long time. It's been over 10 years. I've had this blender since when the NutriBullet first came out on the market, and it's still going strong. So I do not know, this is what I normally use. I've hardly ever used it. This is one of the attachments it comes with that mills. So if you have seeds or things like cloves or anything that you want to turn into a powder or you want to grind down, you use this attachment. I am not sure if you guys can maybe let me know in the comment section if the NutriBullet still comes with this attachment, because as I said, this one is very old. I've had it since the NutriBullet first came out, and this is one of the attachments that it came with. It came with several cups and this attachment to mill seeds or to mill anything like nuts. So that's what I used it for, to mill my nuts for my smoothies. So I'm curious to know if they still make the milling attachment for the NutriBullet. So if any of you guys know, let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious about that. So I'm just going to go ahead. Here guys, this little attachment to the NutriBullet is just the best. I'm not sure if they still make this one with the newer models, and it smells so good, and it will just grind all your seeds or nuts into a powder. So if you cannot find any version of the powders that I have here, and you can find like the whole allspice or the whole pepper flakes or the whole whatever it is you need in whole. If you can only find the dry thyme or the dry celery, you can, and you have a blender with this attachment to mill. It's, I think, the attachment to mill seeds and nuts and stuff like that. Just go ahead and just get the whole spices and just use your blender to turn it into the powder. And it smells so good, guys. That's why I wanted to use a little of the whole allspice and my whole cloves, because this aroma is beautiful when you grind it up yourself. All right, guys, so I have my bowl here. So I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of salt. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen so you guys can always go back to it. So it's 5 tablespoons of salt. Three tablespoons of the minced garlic. 3 tablespoons of onion powder. 2 tablespoons of the Scotch bonnet powder or flakes, whichever one you have. Oh, and guys, it's so spicy. As soon as I opened the top, it just went right to my nose. Very potent. So if you notice, this one I'm just going ahead to do 2 tablespoons. Two tablespoons of allspice. So I'm going to use, so this one that I ground up gave me 1 tablespoon of the fresh and 1 tablespoon of the ground one. 2 tablespoons of ginger. So all of these ingredients, as you can tell, are all ingredients with a little bite to it. Ginger has bite to it. All of these ingredients have a little kick to it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and add my coriander. I think you only need 1 teaspoon of coriander. One teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of thyme also. Smells so good. I'm going to go ahead and add another half teaspoon. So if you have a favorite spice, if it is thyme or onion or garlic, you can add a little extra. That will not hurt. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of chili powder. A half a tablespoon of cinnamon. Half a tablespoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, one tablespoon of celery powder, one teaspoon of cardamom. And it smells so good, guys. And that's it, guys. This is all you need for making your jerk seasoning at home. And just go ahead and mix that up. And when you'll be seasoning your meats with this jerk seasoning, whether it's chicken or whatever protein it is, please do not add any salt. Just use this as the only seasoning, because in here we have 5 tablespoons of the kosher salt. Or whatever salt you want to use, we already have the 5 tablespoons of salt in here. So this will be enough salt for your meat. Whatever meat, chicken, protein, whatever it is you're going to be using, this will be enough salt. The only thing you can add, if you want to add a little extra Scotch bonnet powder, but I do not think you will need it because I can smell it as I'm mixing. It's just going right up my nose, so I can tell that it's spicy. That's it, guys. Nice and easy. Very simple. This is how you make your jerk seasoning at home if you cannot find it in the grocery store where you live. It smells so good. So I have my glass jar here. All you need to do now is transfer this into your glass jar and put the lid on tightly and store it away. And this is it, guys. This is your jerk seasoning from scratch at home. Just going to put the lid on here. Make sure your lid is on nice and tight, and you just store this in your pantry or wherever it is you store your seasonings. Okay, guys, so if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. If you've made jerk seasoning at home before, please let me know. Guys, this was very quick, very simple to make your own jerk seasoning at home. If you would like to see more videos like this, please let me know also in the comment section, guys. It was a pleasure. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, jerk seasoning at home. Thank you so much. Until the next video. Bye, guys.